We are going to start with the provisions of advanced tax. Very easy provisions, okay? It will be over very soon, okay? Pay attention. See, in the advanced tax, no, in the advanced tax, when the previous year, for us the previous year is 24-25, okay? So this is the previous year. In this previous year, no, whatever incomes which we are earning, during the previous year, okay, once the previous year will get over, in the assessment year we will take same incomes. By taking these incomes, we are going to compute our total income, compute our tax liability. Yes or no? So assessment year is the year in which you assess your total income, as well as the tax liability also you assess. Assessing means to compute. That time you will come to know actually how much was the total income, actually how much is the tax liability. Yes or no? So in the assessment year 25-26, okay, what you are going to do, you are going to assess means compute the total income. By taking these same incomes, you are going to compute. Yes or no? And on the total income which you have computed, on this total income, the tax liability is determined. Determine means computed. Now just imagine, will the government wait for the entire year to get over to collect this tax liability? Will the government keep on watching you during the entire previous year? Okay, this poor fellow is earning, let him earn. Okay, in the assessment year, he will calculate his total income and he will pay the tax. Every assessee is not, an honest assessee. What if the entire previous year is gone? In the assessment year, you vanished. You did not pay your tax only. Where the government is going to find you? Getting my point? And it will be very difficult for you also to pay the entire tax amount on the entire year's income at once. It will be very difficult for you also. So what the government is saying, let us keep the things very simple. In the assessment year, compute your total income, determine the tax liability also. Tax liability will be determined. But this tax liability which you are coming to know in the assessment year, we are going to collect this tax from you during the previous year itself. Pay as you earn. What did I say? Pay as you earn. Meaning that in the previous year, the government is going to follow a system. Pay as you earn system. This is the scheme of the government. Okay. That during the previous year, whatever incomes you are earning, no, out of these incomes, on some specified incomes, tax will be deducted at source only. When this income will come to you, that income will come after deducting the taxes. Getting my point? So who will deduct the tax? The person who is making the payment to you, the person who is giving you the income, is the person who is your source of income. At that source only, the TDS will be deducted and the net amount will come to you. Meaning on that income, whatever tax you are going to compute later on, we have collected during the previous year itself in the form of TDS. Getting my point? Okay. Now, during the previous year, there will be certain other incomes also. There will be certain other incomes also for which there are no TDS provisions. Because in such cases, making the TDS provisions will be very complicated. See, if I say, I'll give you a simple example. If there is one employer, okay? Employer means, for example, Reliance. So now tell me, this Reliance is going to pay the salary. Reliance is going to pay the salary to multiple employees. Okay. So from this one source, many employees are going to earn their incomes. Many employees. Okay, no? So from Reliance, Ram is also going to earn his income, Sham is also going to earn his income, Mohan is also going to earn his income, Sohan is also going to earn his income, Rohan is also going to earn his income, Rahul is also going to earn his income, Mehul is also going to earn income. Meaning there are lot many people getting their income from the one person. So instead of running behind everyone to ask for taxes from everyone, give the responsibility to one person to deduct tax from everyone's income, so it will be easier for us to collect the taxes. Tax collection will be very easy. Instead of going to Rahul, Mehul, Rohan, Sohan, asking from them that please pay tax, you have earned income, please pay tax. Instead of doing that, we'll tell the employer only to deduct the TDS. Because for everyone, their source of income is employer only. So at source only, let the TDS get deducted. Understanding what I am trying to tell you? For example, there is one more example I'll take. There is a bank. Okay. And in the bank, for example, bank is SBI. Don't you think in the SBI, many depositors would have deposited their money in the fixed deposit? So FD interest will be given to one person, FD interest to the second person, FD interest to the third person, FD interest to the fourth person, FD to fifth, FD. Everyone is earning what? FD interest, FD interest, FD interest. Now tell me, how many persons are earning income? Many persons are earning income, but the income is given by the one person only. So instead of running behind each and every person earning the income, collecting taxes from them, the collection charges will be more as compared to the income tax collected. And it will be very difficult for us to, trace them, get to them. There are chances that any of them can vanish also. So instead of that, tell this single person, tell this person only. Who is this person? He is the payer. He is the payer. Tell the payer, who is the source of income for all these persons, tell the payer only to deduct the income tax on their incomes which the payer is giving them during the previous year itself. So there are many payments. See, salary is prescribed, interest is prescribed, rent is prescribed, then contract fees is prescribed, commission brokerage is prescribed. There are many payments which are prescribed, many incomes which are prescribed for TDS provisions. But still there are certain incomes which you might earn, on which there are no TDS provisions. So to take care of that, advanced tax provisions are there. So I'll give you one example. See, this, he is one person, okay, no? You can give him any name. He is running a shop. That can be any shop, grocery shop, general store, any shop, okay, no? Now in his shop, don't you think many customers will come? Many customers will come. All the customers will come. This is a customer who is coming, okay, no? Wait, this customer is coming. Even this customer is also coming. Okay. Now this customer is also coming. Every customer coming and buying something from him. every customer is coming and buying something from him. So whenever the customer will come, he will buy anything from this shopkeeper. Then don't you think that customer is going to pay him some income? Hello? Now, for this one person, there are multiple sources from which he is earning the income. Now, just imagine if every customer making the payment will deduct the TDS. Now, the government will have to run behind many payers to collect that TDS. Getting my point? So, here the TDS provision cannot be applied, because one person getting income from multiple people. Getting my point? Now tell me, you all are my students, no? If I have 50 students in this batch, okay, from 50 students I am earning my income. So you all are my source of income only. You all are payers and I am a payee. What if the government tells you all to deduct the TDS? So you are going to say, sir, your fees is rupees 10,000. Okay. So from 10,000, the government has told us to deduct 10% TDS. So we are deducting 1,000 rupees. Sir, you take 9,000. I said, okay, if the government has told you, deduct 1,000 TDS and give me 9,000 rupees. Now I have got my income after deducting TDS. But am I getting this income from one person or multiple people? Now just imagine you all have, all the 50 students in this batch, all of you have deducted the TDS on my income. So I will go and tell the government that government, even Krishna has deducted, even Kani has deducted, even Akshay has deducted, even she has deducted, even he has deducted. I am earning income from many people, all of them have deducted. So please take care. Huh? Now the government will run behind you to collect my taxes. So government will tell, no, you all don't deduct. You all give the full income, because from this person only we are going to take the tax. But now that tax cannot be deducted at source. So that tax I will have to pay in the form of advance tax. So there are certain incomes which I will be earning during the previous year. On those incomes, there are specific provisions covering those incomes. On those incomes, the TDS will be deducted. But on other incomes for which no TDS provisions are made, the tax will be, tax on such incomes will be paid by the assessee himself in the form of what? Advance tax. TDS will be deducted at source during the previous year itself. Advance tax during the previous year itself. So don't you think that the tax which I will be calculating in the assessment year, that tax already is taken from me, is collected from me during the previous year itself? Some tax the government will collect in the form of TDS, and some tax the government will collect in the form of advance tax. Now the previous year will get over. In the assessment year I will come, I will calculate my total income, I will calculate my tax liability. Now this tax liability which I have calculated, no, majority of this part is already taken from me during the previous year itself. Some in the form of TDS, some in the form of advance tax. Getting my point, everyone? Now out of this tax, this tax is collected, this tax is collected, so credit for these two taxes will be given, minus whatever balance tax will remain. So the tax liability which will be determined, out of that TDS and out of that advance tax will be reduced. This is the tax of the assessment year collected during the previous year itself while earning the income. Yes or no? So after reducing that, some balance amount of tax will remain or the refund will come. That balance amount of tax is known as net tax liability. What will you call it? Net tax liability, or even you can call it self-assessed tax. You are assessing your tax, final tax on your own, known as what? Self-assessed tax. Yes or no? That self-assessed tax you only pay during the assessment year. So during the assessment year, self-assessed tax, meaning the net tax, or there can be a refund also. And we have been doing this only since so many days. At the time of calculating the tax liability, we are reducing the TDS, we are reducing the advance tax. Why we are reducing? Because advance tax is also the tax for the tax is calculated in the assessment year, that out of the assessment, out of that tax, whatever tax which is collected during the previous year only, the tax which is calculated in the previous year is already collected in the form of TDS in the previous year only. That tax I am not going to pay again. So I will take the credit. Balance tax which remains will be a very small amount. Just imagine, it will be a very small amount. It will be more easier for you also to pay that tax during the assessment year. And even if you run away, you don't pay this tax to the government. No, government will also not feel bad that okay, he has not run away with the entire tax liability. Even if he has run away, he has at least paid the major component of tax. Very small amount is supposed to be recovered from him. But that also the government is not going to leave. They are going to find you from anywhere. But just imagine, if they have to find you for the entire income tax, it will be very painful for them. Understanding? So that is the reason why this scheme has come, pay as you earn. So under the pay as you earn scheme now, what is happening? On certain incomes, the TDS TCS provisions are there. Those provisions will take care of the tax on certain incomes. But on certain incomes, the TDS TCS provisions cannot be made. Okay, I gave you just example. So on such incomes, you are yourself supposed to pay tax in advance during the previous year itself. Assessee is made liable to pay. Understood? Now who will pay? Who will pay? All assessees. What did I say? All assessees whose current income, whose tax on current income tax liability on current income is greater than equal to 10,000. Now pay attention. What is this current income? Current income is nothing but the estimated total income. The total income which you will calculate in the assessment year. Right now there is a previous year. So in the previous year you are supposed to pay the advance tax, no? So what is the total income of the previous year which you are going to compute in the assessment year? That is known as current income. Sir, in simple words, no, it is your estimated total income. Whatever will be your total income in the assessment year, you are just making an estimate of that total income right now during the previous year, during the current year. Hence that income is known as what? Current income. So current income is nothing but estimated total income of this year. And now on the estimated total income, whatever tax liability you have calculated, will you be able to calculate the tax on your total income in the previous year itself? Yes. Because see, the total income actually will be calculated in the assessment year by applying the tax rates. And those tax rates are already known to you in advance before the beginning of the previous year itself. Because in the budget, which comes in the month of February, even before the start of this previous year. Getting my point? So what is going to happen? Let's see, this is your previous year and assessment year. Okay, no? Which I have already made. In this assessment year 25-26, actual total income will be calculated. Actual tax liability will be calculated for the previous year. So for this previous year 24-25, what will be your total income that you are estimating right now? That is known as current income. And at what rate the tax will be calculated that time, you are already aware before the beginning of the year, because in the month of February the budget will come. Hello, in that budget only it will be given that what are the tax rates which are applicable on the incomes of previous year 24-25, which is going to be applied in the assessment year. Hello, sir. Understanding what is happening in your life? So now whatever total income which you are going to calculate in the assessment year, no, don't worry. Estimate it right now. And you already have the tax rates which you are supposed to apply in the assessment year on the income of this year, which you are going to calculate in the assessment year. On that income, whatever tax rates which you are going to apply, you already know those rates. So on the current year's income, apply the tax rates and calculate the tax liability. This tax liability is also not your actual tax liability, guys. This is estimated tax liability. Because on whatever estimated total income, whatever tax liability you are calculating right now, it is just an estimation. Now tell me one thing. If the estimated total income, out of this estimated total income, there will be some income which you are going to earn during the year, on which the TDS etc. will be deducted. Like you will be earning salary, on that the TDS will be deducted. You will be earning some bank interest etc. From that the TDS will be deducted. You are going to earn some, for example, some rent etc. On that also the TDS will be deducted. But are these the only incomes which you are going to earn, or other incomes also you will earn? Yes or no? There are other incomes which you are going to earn. So forget about, leave the TDS amount aside. After reducing that TDS amount which you are expecting, that this year also that same TDS will go, which went in the last year. So last year also you were earning salary, TDS got deducted. Last year also you were earning what? Rent, TDS got deducted. Last year also you were earning interest, TDS got deducted. So based on that, take an estimate, rough estimate of that TDS also, no? Now on estimated total income, you have taken all your income, all the incomes on which TDS is deducted, all the incomes on which TDS is not deducted. And on that entire income, if you have calculated the tax, now out of this tax, some tax will go as TDS. But remaining tax is 10,000 or more, meaning that this is the amount of tax which is not going to be deducted in the form of TDS, and that amount is 10,000 or more. Wow, wonderful. Now this same amount you have to pay during the previous year itself in the form of advance tax. Be ready for this. This is just an estimation which you are doing as on the beginning of the year. We are not asking you to pay this much tax right now only on the first day of the previous year. Previous year just has started. Are you liable to pay advance tax or not liable to pay advance tax? We are just determining that right now. If you are becoming liable, then you are going to pay advance tax, and advance tax will be how much? And when we are going to take that we are going to tell you. Don't worry about that. But first of all, in the beginning of the year, you are supposed to estimate your total income. Will you? Yes. On that estimated total income, you are supposed to calculate the estimated tax liability after considering TDS and all. Yes or no? If that estimated tax liability on your total income is 10,000 rupees or more, then you are liable to pay that entire tax in the form of advance tax during the same previous year. When are you liable? We are going to tell you. But remember, your liability to pay advance tax will arise. Be ready to pay advance tax. Okay? We are just making you ready to pay advance tax. Understood? Sure, sir. So this was section 207 and 208, which told you that when you will be liable to pay advance tax. When you will be liable to pay tax? If the tax calculated on your current income after considering TDS, relief, etc. is more than what? 10,000, equal to or more than 10,000. Then that entire tax, which is 10,000 or more, must be paid during the previous year in the form of advance tax only. Getting my point? Now, is there any exception? The answer is yes. There is an exception. In that exceptional case, advance tax provisions are not applicable. So if there is a senior citizen, sir, who is there? Senior citizen. And that senior citizen is not having any PGBP income during the previous year, for that senior citizen, the provisions of advance tax are not applicable. But other than that senior citizen, it is applicable on all the assessees. Company, firm, AOP, BOI, then individual, HUF, for everyone, this advance tax provisions is applicable. Yes or no? So everyone, do one thing. Assessment year will come later on. Right now the previous year has started. Yes or no? In the very beginning of the previous year itself, estimate your total income. Calculate the tax liability on your estimated total income. Now whatever tax liability you have calculated, consider your TDS, TCS which will be deducted. Yes or no? And also consider the relief, etc. which you are going to get. After considering that, whatever tax remains, we will assume that this is the same tax which is on your those incomes on which TDS is not deducted. Yes or no? If that amount is 10,000 or more, be ready to pay that same amount in the previous year in the form of advance tax. Now, what will happen, in the previous year, there are 4 due dates. How many due dates? 4 due dates. 15th June of the previous year. So my previous year is 24-25, no? So for me, 15th June 2024. This is 15th June of my previous year. Then 15th September of my previous year. Then 15th December of my previous year. And last but not the least, 15th March of the previous year. Yes or no? Pay attention, pay attention. On or before 15th June 2024, 15% of my advance tax should be paid to the government. So whatever advance tax is there for this year, 15% of that should be paid to the government. Okay. Now, on or before 15th of September, government is saying 45% of your advance tax you should pay on or before 15th of September. Meaning that this 45% is a cumulative percentage. So calculate your advance tax and calculate the 45% of that. Out of that, whatever amount you have already paid in the first installment, reduce that. Whatever balance will remain, that balance if you pay on or before 15th of September, meaning that you have paid 45% of your advance tax. Yes or no? Now, on or before 15th of December, 75% of your advance tax should be paid to the government. Meaning that calculate 75, calculate your advance tax, calculate 75% of that, and wait, 75% you have calculated. Out of that, first installment something paid, second installment something paid, reduce that. Whatever balance will remain, that will be your third installment. If you will pay this much amount to this date, up to this date, 75% will be paid. Yes or no? And now last 15th of March, it is not 24, it is 25, because my previous year is 24-25. So 15th March 2025. On or before 15th March 2025, 100% of my advance tax liability I have to pay to the government. So on 15th March, whatever advance tax I will calculate, 100% of that I have to pay on or before 15th March. So 100% of my advance tax, out of that, first installment something paid, second installment something paid, third installment something paid. Whatever balance will remain, that will be my last installment, which I have to compulsorily pay. And from 16th March 2025 to 31st March 2025, if any extra tax paid, because you might be thinking that what if some shortfall is there, okay, no, I don't want to pay any penalty, I don't want to do this, that, I'm very much afraid I should pay entire tax, what if some shortfall has happened. So don't worry, from 16th of March to 31st March also, if you want to pay extra, you can pay extra on your own, whatever amount. If you don't want to pay also, then also not a problem. But from 16th March, that means all the installment due dates are gone. All the installment due dates are gone, and after that till 31st March of the previous year, if any extra tax is paid, even that extra tax paid will be treated as your advance tax paid only. We will assume that this is your advance tax only which you have paid during the previous year. Yes or no? This is section number 211 as per section 211. These are the due dates. On or before this due date, this much advance tax should be paid. So these due dates and the percentage which are said, see, first is 15%, then second is 45%, no. So that is a cumulative. So out of 45, reduce 15, balance 30 will be your second installment. Yes or no? Then next is 75, out of 75, reduce 45. So next balance 30 will be your third installment, and 100% is there. So out of 100, reduce 75, 25% will be your last installment. Getting my point? Now pay attention. All the calculations we are going to learn, don't worry, we are going to learn all the calculations, okay? But did you understand due dates, percentage and all? Okay, this is given in section 211. So section 207, 208 talks about the obligation to whom the advance tax provisions are applicable. Yes or no? And there is an exception. A senior citizen not earning any PGBP income during the previous year, for that senior citizen, advance tax provisions are not applicable. Otherwise, it is applicable to all the assessees. And if it is applicable to you, then you are supposed to pay your advance tax like this in 4 installments. But remember, on or before 15th of March 2025, entire amount of advance tax should reach us. But now my one question is there. If you are an assessee, following 44 AD or 44 ADA, meaning assessee is there who is showing presumptive incomes under section 44 AD, 44 ADA, and there was one more section, no? 44 AE. Mind it, I am writing 44 AE and I am cancelling it deliberately. I am talking about these two. Now, if you are an assessee, you are showing your income as per presumptive provisions. You are showing your PGBP income as per presumptive provision. 8% or more of your turnover, you are showing as your PGBP income. or if you are doing a specified profession, then 50% or more of your gross receipts you are showing as your PGBP income. For you, provisions of advance tax applicable or not applicable? At the time of applicability, did I tell you that the advance tax provisions will not be applicable to such assessees? Meaning, for you also, advance tax provisions are applicable. But since you are showing your income on a presumptive basis under section 44 AD or ADA, for you, the 4 installments minimum amount and due dates, 4 due dates, as given under section 211 will not be applicable. Meaning that on or before this date, deposit minimum this much. On or before 15th September, deposit minimum this much. On or before 15th March, deposit. On or before 15th of December, deposit minimum this much. This minimum requirement is not applicable for you. For you, only 15th March is applicable. On or before 15th March, pay your 100% advance tax. Now you decide that how you want to pay. Every day small amount you want to pay, you can pay it. You can pay in every month. Yes, you can pay in every month. Whatever amount you want, in whatever way you want to pay, you can pay. See, advance tax provisions are applicable. You are also supposed to pay your advance tax. We are not giving you any relaxation in that. But we are giving you a relaxation in that minimum amount of payment which you are supposed to make on or before a particular due date. So for you, the due dates are not applicable, and as on or before those due dates, a certain specific amount was required to be paid, that is not to be paid by you. But make sure that on or before 15th of March, you deposit your entire advance tax to us. Now deposit in whatever way you can. It is up to you. Okay? Will you remember this? Now last thing, if you are an assessee following presumptive provisions under 44 AE, transport business, 7,500 per month or part of the month of ownership, light goods vehicle, heavy goods vehicle, 1,000 rupees per month or part of the month, that too also per ton of gross vehicle weight you have to show, or more amount you have to show. So you are following 44A. Tell me, for you, advance tax provisions applicable or not applicable? For you also it is applicable, sir. Hello. We are not leaving them, so we are not going to leave you also. For you also the advance tax provisions are applicable. But just like other assessees, now the 4 installment due dates are applicable to you also. We are giving relaxation from the due dates only to those assessees who are showing their presumptive incomes under 44 AD or 44 ADA. Getting my point? But for 44A businesses, just like others, 4 due dates are applicable. Will you remember this? Sure, sir. Now, how to calculate that advance tax? Very easy. Very easy. I'll tell you. See, what we are going to do, on the very first day of the previous year, what we have done, that we are going to remember. That beginning of the year, what we have done. In the beginning of the year, we have estimated our total income. Yes or no? That how much total income we are going to earn for this year, which we are going to calculate in the assessment year. So in the assessment year, I am thinking that my total income for this year, which I am going to calculate in the assessment year, will be this much amount. For example, I am assuming that when the previous year will get over, no, and in the assessment year, when I will calculate the total income for this previous year, it will be 20 lakh rupees. So I can assume, no. But that assumption will not be a vague assumption. That will be based on the past year's data. Because in earlier years, I would have earned income, no. So I have seen that I have been earning a total income and which is growing slowly and steadily. Every year there is some growth in my total income. 5 years back I was earning only 5 lakh as a total income. Then 4 years back it became 7 lakh. Then 3 years back it was 8 lakh 20,000. Then 2 years back it was 10 lakhs. Then last year it was 12 lakhs. Now this year, should I expect more? Because over a period of time, my total income every year, the total income which I have calculated is growing. So this year definitely the total income is going to grow only, no? So I can make a rough estimate based on the past data. Rough estimate I am supposed to make, yes or no? So that rough estimate I am making. Now based on this estimated total income, I will apply the tax rate which I will be already aware about because the budget has already come. So I will calculate my tax liability. Can I say this is the tax liability which I am calculating on my estimated total income? This is my estimated tax liability. Estimated tax liability. This is not my real tax liability. This is my estimation. Okay. Now, in this estimated total tax liability, I will reduce the TDS, TCS, which I think that it will also be deducted in this year. I might be getting the relief also. So I will take a rough idea about that. So after eliminating the TDS, TCS, relief, etc., what should be my estimated tax liability for this year? If according to me, if it is coming 10,000 rupees or more, then whatever this estimated tax liability is there, this will be my advanced tax liability. Okay, now I have to be ready to pay this amount in this year only in 4 installments. Minimum this I have to pay in this year. Okay, so this I will make myself ready that now 15th June, on or before 15th June, I have to deposit something out of this. On or before 15th of September, something out of this. Yes or no? I will make myself ready. So now can you see the estimation is made on 1st April. Can I say this estimation is made for the full year? This estimation is made for full 12 months. Now, are they going to collect this tax from you right now only or in 4 installments? So, they are not bugging you right now. Come to us on 15th of June. So, first installment, to pay the first installment, when you are going to go to them? 15th of June 2024. Now, don't you think your estimation should be revised? Because that estimation which you took, it was for the full year. Now, if we are calling you on 15th of June, you are actually aware about 1st April to 15th June, how much actually you have earned. That you are aware now. Make an estimation for 16th June to 31st March. So can I say on from 1st of April, from 1st April 24 to 15th of June 2024, whatever actual you have earned, actual income you are aware. Now you have to estimate only from 16th of June 2024 to 31st March 2025. For this period only the estimation is required. Yes or no? Estimated income. Take this actual income, take this estimated income, and now revise your estimated total income. Yes or no? Now don't you think that in this estimated total income for April, May, 2.5 months actual income you have considered here, and for 9.5 months only the estimation is done. Earlier for the full year estimation was there. Now the estimation is only for 9.5 months because you have the data of 2.5 months. Actual income also you are considering now. Now on this estimated total income, if you are calculating your estimated tax liability, yes or no, that is more than or equal to 10,000, tell me this is your advance tax Yes, sir. Now what you will do, on this advanced tax liability, calculate your 15%. This will be your first installment. Pay this much. We are not going to take the entire tax liability, but only pay 15% out of this, no, right now. Hello, sir. Did you understand what happened? Now, enjoy, play, earn, sleep, whatever you want to do. Now, next time, when are you going to come to us? Tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Now, next time, you are coming after 3 months. September, you are going to come, no? Then, come to us on September. So, can I say 15th of September 2024, if you will go to the government, you would be actually aware about 1st April 2024 to 15th of September 24. Now, don't you think that the actual income till June? No, till September you are aware about actual income. Yes or no? Now you just have to revise your estimate from 16th of September to 31st of March. Now your estimated income will be for only this period. Now can you say that now the actual amount is for 5.5 months, actual amount, and estimated is only for 6.5 months. Can you see slowly and gradually your actual figure is growing and estimation is reducing? Earlier full 12 months estimation you did. Now see, first installment only 9.5 months estimation you are supposed to do. Now in the second installment only 6.5 months estimation you are supposed to do. Getting my point? Now based on this estimation and actual income, yes or no? Now your estimated total income which you have calculated here, hello, the estimated total income which you have calculated here, don't you think that this estimated total income will also change now? You are revising your estimation now. Okay, so now the estimated total income will be revised, and on this estimated tax liability is calculated, which is greater than equal to 10,000 only, but obvious. Now the is known as your advanced tax liability. Now see, 45% of that 45% of that you are going to calculate here. And sir, the 45% which you have calculated, no, out of that you have already paid first installment. So whatever first installment you have paid, reduce that. Now the balance amount which you will get, no, that will be your second installment which you are supposed to pay on or before the 15th of September. Getting my point, everyone? What is happening in your life? Now see, no, how easy this calculation is. First time it was appearing, my God, what I am doing. See, estimation I am revising every time. So now, can I say I don't have to write for others, but still I will write. Now you are going to come on 15th of December 2024. Now what should I write here? Come on, you tell me. 1st April to 15th of December 2024. Now you will have actual income. Actual income you know about this period. Now your estimation will be from 16th of December 2024 to 31st March 2025. Now your estimated income you are going to take for this period only. Can I say now estimation is only 3.5 months and actual is 8.5. Now can you see, earlier the estimation was 6.5. Now the estimation has come down to only 3.5 and actual was only for how many months? 5.5 months. Now the actual has increased for 8.5 months. Getting my point, everyone? So what will come here? Come on, tell me. Now this will be estimated total income will be revised again. On this estimated tax you have calculated, which is greater than equal to 10,000. and that amount will be your advance tax liability, of which 75% I have to pay here. Yes or no? But out of this, don't you think I have already paid first installment? I have paid already second installment I have paid. So the amount which I have paid in the first and the second installment, if I will reduce that amount, so the balance amount if I'll pay, so I have paid 75%. Yes or no? So this will become my third installment. Yes or no? On or before 15th of December, I have to at least pay this much. Got it, sir? Now next one. Now next one is, I'm going to come on the last month. In the last month, 15th March 2025. Now 1st of April 24 to 15th March 25. Actual figure, actual income, I am aware about 11.5 months. Out of the 12 months, 11.5 months actual income I know. And I have to just estimate for 15 days now. 16th March to 31st March. For this balance period, half month only, I have to estimate. Now take this actual income, take this estimated total income, and take this estimated income and calculate the estimated total income. Now this is the last time when you are revising your estimated total income during this year. Now on this estimated tax liability you have calculated, which is greater than equal to 10,000. That amount has to be paid by you in the form of advance tax liability, and 100% of this amount should reach to the government on or before 15th of March. But don't you think out of this, some amount I have already paid as first installment, some amount I have already paid as second installment, and some amount I have already paid as third installment. So whatever installments I have paid out of the total tax, yes or no, the balance will be the fourth and the last installment which I have to pay. And still if I feel that I have paid something less, so from 16th March to 31st March, whatever I will deposit to the government, whatever extra tax I will deposit to the government, even that will be treated as my advance tax paid. Yes or no? Now don't you think after all this exercise will be over, now your assessment year will come, and in your assessment year the total income which you are going to calculate, no, actual total income, see on the screen everyone, that actual total income and this estimated total income will be very similar amount, very nearby amount. And this tax liability which we have calculated here and the tax liability which you are going to calculate over there after reducing TDS and all will be most of it will be same only, because now see, estimation is very less. Almost the entire year's actual income is considered to estimate this total income. So in your assessment year, now whatever actual total income you are going to calculate, that actual total income and this estimated total income will not be too much different. It will be very similar, very nearby amount. And this estimated tax liability, after eliminating what TDS advanced, after eliminating TDS relief, etc., this estimated tax liability which you have calculated right now, and the actual tax liability after reducing TDS and all during the assessment year, this amount and the tax amount which you will actually calculate in the assessment year will be very much same only. And this is a logical way to take the tax from, this entire calculation which you have learned now, this is given in section 209. So 207 done, 208 done, 209 calculation, how to calculate the advance tax and its installments, that also you have done. 210 is there, but that is not in your syllabus right now. That is a little bit, advanced concept that you are going to learn in final CA. And 211 is what? 211 is your 4 installments. Advanced tax over. Now wait. Whenever you do advanced tax, no, that time you are supposed to do 4 more things together. Number 1, 234A interest, 234F fees, 234B interest, and 234C interest. So there are interests which you are supposed to pay. There are interests which you are supposed to pay. Okay. Now there is some interest which you are supposed to pay under 234A. See, 234F, no, I have already told you. What is 234F? F for fees. Fees for default in filing ROI. Either it will be 5,000 or it will be 1,000. If your total income is not more than 5 lakhs, then it will be 1,000. Otherwise, it is 5,000. Okay, no? If you have not filed your ROI, or if you have filed your ROI but the ROI filing is delayed, yes or no, then this fees is going to compulsorily come. You are compulsorily required to pay this fees. But see, sometimes when you file your return late, no, what happens, no? Please pay attention. A very important point I am going to discuss now. Once your previous year is over, in the assessment year, you are going to calculate your total income. You are going to calculate the balance tax payable by you after, taking the credit of TDS, TCS, after taking the credit of advanced tax, after taking the credit of AMT. AMT we have done, no, yesterday. And after taking section 89 relief, whatever balance tax which we are supposed to pay, government is assuming that on or before the due date of filing your ROI, you are going to pay all the taxes, pay all the balance taxes you are supposed to pay, and you have paid that, and you are going to file that return. See, till the time you are not paying the entire taxes, no, your return will not be accepted. So the moment you will file your return, no, that time the system will ask that in this return, whatever taxes you have you paid those entire taxes? So if some tax is remaining to be paid, first you will have to pay those taxes, make your tax liability nil, and only then you can upload your return. You have to make your tax liability 0, and on or before the due date, your return is filed. So government is very much sure that till the due date, you will file your return also. And once you are filing your return on or before the due date, that means whatever balance tax which was supposed to be paid by you, you have, discharged the entire tax liability on or before the due date only. But what happens, no? On or before the due date, you are not filing your return. You are delaying your return filing. So there was a delay in filing your return, or you did not file your return only. And as a result of that, whatever tax which the government, balance tax, the government was thinking that you will file your return on or before the due date, and on or before the due date only your balance tax will be paid to us. Yes or no? There is a possibility that due to late filing of your return, this balance tax is not paid on or before the due date of filing your return. Even this is paid late. Possible? Because return filing is getting delayed. So the balance tax payment can also be delayed. Is there any delay in filing of ROI? Yes. And as a result of that, is there any delay in paying your balance taxes? After the due date, you are paying those balance taxes? Yes. But the government did not want you to pay these taxes after the due date of filing your return. The government wanted you to file your return on or before the due date and pay these taxes on or before the due date. But you made the government wait. Beyond the due date, the government had to wait to get these taxes from you. For that you are going to pay interest under 234A. So this is interest on delay in payment of what? Balance taxes due to default in filing ROI. So because there was a delay in filing your ROI, as a result of that, this tax payment also got delayed. And for that delay in filing ROI, no. Because of delay in filing of ROI, the tax payment got delayed, and for that delay in payment of those balance taxes, we are charging 234A interest. Plus, we'll also charge 234F fees because there was default in filing your ROI. Can I say 234A will come? Then this is going to come, confirm. But it is not necessary that whenever this is coming, this will also come. This may not be coming. Hello? Can I say, on or before the due date of filing my ROI, I have paid the entire taxes. I am just delaying my return filing. On or before the due date of filing ROI, I am not liable to pay any tax. I have paid all the taxes on or before the due date of filing ROI. It is just that my return filing is getting delayed. Have I paid the balance taxes late? No. Those are all paid on or before the due date of filing ROI. Hence, 234A interest will not come, but 234F fees will definitely come because there was a delay in filing ROI. Getting my point, everyone? Now, if the return is filed late and as a result of that the balance tax payment is also becoming late, then 234A will also come, 234F will also come. How to calculate these amounts? That is very easy, very easy. In 2 minutes you will learn. Okay, no? I will take one example, you will learn everything. Understanding? Now 234B. This 234B. 234B talks about interest in wrong estimation of your advance tax liability. See, in the assessment year, when the total income will be calculated, that time your total tax liability will be calculated. Out of that total tax liability, TDS will be reduced, TCS will be reduced, relief will be reduced, and 115JD, AMT credit will also be reduced. Now whatever balance is coming, no, balance tax, if this amount is 10,000 or more, this amount should have been paid by you in the form of advance tax, because this is the tax on those incomes on which there was no TDS. Hello? And if this tax is more than 10,000 or more, wait. In the assessment year, please imagine, in the assessment year, you have calculated your total income. You have calculated your total tax. Out of that total tax, some tax is already paid by way of TDS, TCS. There was some section 89 relief, reduce that relief. There was some AMT credit, reduce that AMT credit if applicable. Then whatever balance tax remains, that is the tax on those incomes which you have earned during the previous year on which there was no TDS, no. This balance tax is 10,000 or more. So now in the assessment year you came to know actually this much was the advance tax which you were actually supposed to pay. This was the advance tax payable. Advance tax payable. Go to the previous year. Check. Have you paid advance tax? Yes. Installments. And after the installments till 31st March, take the total. Oh, advance tax payable 2 lakhs. Assessment year we came to know advance tax payable 2 lakhs. You have paid only 1 lakh 40. Meaning there was deliberate wrong estimation of advance tax, because we gave you four opportunities to revise your estimation. Every time we were calling you and telling you to revise your estimation. If you would have correctly revised your estimations, no, then definitely estimated total income and the tax liability would have been similar to what you have calculated right now. And definitely this much balance tax, advance tax payable, definitely this much you would have paid. But you are saying, okay, it was estimate. Okay, okay. If it was estimate, so there can be a discrepancy. We agree. But this much discrepancy, advance tax payable was 2 lakhs, and how much you have paid? Only 1 lakh 40. That means this discrepancy is not because of estimation going wrong, it is because of estimation done wrong deliberately, because we gave you 4 options. Bloody, if you are not paying 2 lakhs, no, if you are not paying 2 lakhs, don't worry, don't pay 2 lakhs, but at least pay 90% of 2 lakhs. 10% here and there we can give you benefit of doubt. So 2 lakh, if you have not paid, 2 lakhs was the advance tax payable, and during the previous year, total advance tax you have not estimated properly. So you have actually paid 1 lakh 40. Hello? So at least you should have paid 90% of 2 lakhs. 10% estimation can go wrong. That we admit. 90% should be how much? 1 lakh 80. Even if you would have paid less than 2 lakhs, but at least you should have paid 1 lakh 80 or more. That also bloody you are not paying. You are paying less than that 180 also. Hence, 234B interest will come. 234B interest is for wrong estimation of your advance tax liability. 234B, sir. 234B is for what? Wrong. This is the interest on wrong estimation of your advance tax liability, and this is applicable. This is applicable only if advance tax paid is less than 90% of advance tax payable. Only then it is applicable. See, 234A interest is applicable only if balance tax remains unpaid till due date of filing ROI and it is paid after the due date of ROI. Okay, no sir. Now 234C interest. Do you remember how much was the advance tax payable? 2 lakhs. In the assessment year we came to know na, how much is the advance tax payable? 2 lakhs. 15% of that should have been your first installment. 30,000. How much you paid, Only 10,000. Meaning that now there is a problem in payment of advance tax installments also. So for any default in advance tax installments, 234C interest will also be charged. So this 234C interest is an interest on default in advance tax installments. If we are not going to charge you all these interests, no, what you are going to do, you will not take us seriously. And see, these things are not done by the assessee. You as a chartered accountant are responsible for these things. Your mistakes will cost your client. and the calculations I'll make. I'm going to solve one, a great example in front of you. That example will cover the provisions of advanced tax also. That example will cover the provisions of your all these interest also. That is a master example which I have created. Okay, no, that will cover everything. But remember one thing, remember, if in that example, whatever calculations I have done, no, all the calculations are in thousands and hundreds. Just think about a big company or a big firm. If the total tax liability which I have taken is just 1 lakh or 2 lakh rupees, okay, and in that interest is 2000 rupees, 1000 rupees, just imagine if 110 is increased everywhere. So the interest amount will also include 110 extra. Think about big companies like Reliance, Tata, if any of them is your client and they are liable to pay advance taxes and you are, goofing up. You are not doing their calculations properly. Because of your mistake, no, they will suffer. They will have to pay this much tax. Don't you think you are going to very soon lose this type of client? Because nobody would like to bear because of the mistake of his chartered accountant. And as a chartered accountant, you must be aware that what is to be done, when is to be done, how it is to be done, and how much it is to be done. Bloody, you are not doing those things for yourself as a student right now. Just imagine. How will you be able to do it for your clients? Will you be able to do it? So first make yourself up to date as a student. Then only you are, you will become that respectable person, the person to be sought after. My timetable is gone. I am not doing anything as per my own timetable. How will I be able to do it for my clients? Just imagine if I'll miss these due dates. If I'll make the calculations wrong for my clients. 10 times you have to verify these things before actually speaking anything to your client. Very important and very interesting calculations. Whenever these dates are coming, no, 15 June, 15 September and on, I used to be very happy. Because these are some things which, a CA student should know. Okay, so I will take one example and that example is going to cover the entire theory. Okay, so entire theory which I have taught, this ends your advanced tax here only. Advanced tax and interest, this chapter ends over here. But one small example I have to solve with you. That small example will take care of the entire theory which we have done. Okay, and that will give you an edge that how to solve the questions, if any, coming on the advanced tax provisions and this interest calculations, how they are going to be done. See, there is one small example which I have taken. Okay, in this example, you can see that Mr. Ram is there, who is a resident whose age is 45 years, meaning that he is not a senior citizen. Okay, he is furnishing the following details for the financial year 2024-25. Compute the amount payable by him on self-assessment as per 140A. See, as I told you yesterday also, there is a system of self-assessment in the Income Tax Act. Okay, no? So you have to self-assess your total income. Along with that, you have to self-assess your tax liability also. Self-assess your tax liability meaning what? That what is your total income? On that, apply the tax rates. And after applying the tax rates, what is the total tax which you are supposed to pay? Out of that total tax which you are supposed to pay, that you call as gross tax liability, right now? Out of that gross tax liability, you are allowed the credit for TDS, TCS, you are allowed the credit for advance tax. Then if there is any section 89 relief, you take that section 89 relief also. And if there is some AMT credit under section 115 JD, you take that AMT credit also. Okay, advance tax and everything you have reduced. So now whatever balance amount remains, okay, that balance amount is either the net tax which is payable by you, or it can be a negative amount, meaning that it is a refund which you are supposed to get from the income tax department. Okay, so when we calculate this amount, the balance amount of tax or the refund amount, this is known as self-assessed tax, which we calculate in the assessment year. Okay, so in the assessment year we have self-assessed that how much tax is going to be paid by us. Okay, so when you do your self-assessment, there is one section 140A, which says that you have to first assess your total income, assess your tax liability, and on your self-assessment, whatever tax liability you have assessed, you have to pay that tax liability. So that is an amount which is payable under your self-assessment. What is that amount which is payable on your self-assessment? The balance tax. The balance tax after reducing TDS, TCS, advance tax, AMT credit, relief, etc. Whatever balance tax is to be paid, that is the tax payable on self-assessment. So on self-assessment, this balance tax is payable. This is the first amount which you are supposed to pay. Then you are also supposed to pay the interest which we yesterday saw. Interest under section 234A, 234B and 234C. These interests you are supposed to pay. Okay, no? See, yesterday only we saw 234A, 234B and 234C. Now you are supposed to assess these payments also. Along with the assessment of your tax liability, assess these amounts also. Whether you have delayed in payment of that balance tax, yes, because your return filing was delayed. So pay the interest under 234A. You will have to self-assess these amounts also. Okay. Now on self-assessment, if you see on self-assessment, the balance amount of tax that is to be paid by you plus the interest under section 234A, 234B and 234C. All these three interests you are supposed to assess on your own, and you are supposed to pay these interests also. Along with that, you have to also pay the fees under section 234F. That also you assess and that also you pay. Now if you will total all these amounts, the tax, the interest and the fees, this amount is to be paid by you on your self-assessment. This is the amount payable on self-assessment under section 140A. Everyone. So from the question which we are solving right now, from the example, we are supposed to determine the amount payable on self-assessment under section 140A. Okay. So now the previous year is over. When the previous year gets over, in the assessment year, what you do? You calculate your total income. You have calculated your total income. For example, the amount of total income was X. Okay. On that total income, you have calculated your tax liability. You have applied the normal tax rates or 115 BSE rates as the case may be. And you have applied the special tax rates. You have calculated your tax on total income. On that you have applied surcharge if applicable, taken the rebate if applicable, add 4% cess. Okay. So now the balance amount which comes, that is your gross tax liability. So for this year, example, your gross tax liability you have calculated 3,90,000. How do you calculate this 3,90,000? We have already done such kind of questions. Okay, no? So I'm not involving you in those calculations. Calculation of total income, calculation of tax liability. We all know that calculation. Now, after doing that calculation, the gross tax liability was 3,90,000. Okay. Now, out of this gross tax liability, for example, there was some amount which was already deducted during the previous year in the form of TDS. So TDS got deducted 1,90,000. There was no AMT credit available with you and there was no section 89 relief. If these two amounts were also there, we would have to reduce these amounts also. That is why I have deliberately written them and written nil against them. Okay. So there is no relief under section 89 and no AMT credit. Then we are getting an amount of rupees 2 lakhs. Now can I say out of the total tax, this is the tax on your total income? On some income, the TDS got deducted, that you have reduced. So whatever balance tax which remains, can I say this is the tax on those incomes on which the TDS is not deducted? Now, is this amount equal to or more than 10,000? 2 lakh is equal to or more than 10,000. Then during the assessment year, you came to know that this was the amount which was payable by you as advance tax. You should have paid this amount as advance tax. Now all these calculations we are doing in the assessment year. When we are self-assessing our total income, our tax liability, these entire calculations are done in the assessment year. So in the assessment year, I came to know that my tax liability is 3,90,000. The out of this tax, some tax on some incomes was deducted in the form of TDS that I have reduced, taken the AMT credit, taken the relief under 89. So this is the balance which is supposed to be paid by me, and this I guess is the tax on those incomes on which there is no TDS provisions. And if this amount is more than or equal to 10,000, I should have paid this amount in the form of advance tax. You remember, no? Okay. Now I will go and check in the previous year, because if I am calculating this amount in the assessment year, and in the assessment year if I came to know that my advance tax payable was 2 lakhs, so in the previous year I would have paid some advance tax also, no? So I came to know that in the previous year I have paid these amounts as advance tax on different installments due date. Can you see? On or before 15th of June, I have paid the first installment 20,000. On or before 15th of September, I have paid 40,000. On or before 15th of December, I have paid 70,000. On or before 15th of March, I have paid 40,000. And after all the installments got over, from 16th March to 31st March also, any tax I pay, that is also treated as advance tax. So some tax I paid on 20th of March also, amounting to 5,000. Even that was treated as what? Even that was treated as my advance tax paid. So if I say that I have paid this much amount as advance tax, can you calculate the total? Can you calculate the total? Please do the needful. It will be 1,75,000. Okay. So during the previous year, I have paid advance tax actually 1,75,000. Now in the assessment year, I came to know that I had to pay how much? 2 lakh rupees. I had to pay advance tax amounting to 2 lakhs. But how much advance tax I have actually paid? 1,75,000. Have I paid the correct amount of advance tax, or I have paid less? Why? Because there might be default in estimating the advance tax liability. So don't you think here I will have to pay 234B interest? If you all can see, 234B talks about interest on wrong estimation of advance tax liability, meaning that I would have determined the I would have done the wrong estimation of advance tax liability. So will 234B be applicable? The answer is yes. Why? Because see, if I was supposed to pay 2 lakh rupees as advance tax, I would not have paid 2 lakh, but at least I should have paid 90% of 2 lakhs, meaning 1,80,000. Even if I am paying less, the government is saying no problem, pay less, but at least pay 90% of your advance tax payable. So in the assessment year, I came to know, shit, I have not paid 2 lakhs, and I have even not paid 90% of 2 lakh also. So now I will be liable to pay interest under section 234B. So I will have to self-assess my interest under section 234B, and I will have to pay that interest under 234B. Are you all getting me? Everyone? Now, see, if the advance tax payable was 2 lakhs, 15% of that I should have paid as my first installment. Take on your calculator 2 lakh and calculate the 15% of 2 lakhs. Tell me. It is 30,000, sir. So, on or before 15th June, my first installment I should have paid how much? 30,000. Can you see how much installment I have paid? First installment only 20. Meaning there is a default in the advance tax installment also. So now can you see here, yesterday only I told you that 234C interest will also be charged if there is a default in advance tax installments also. So I will have to now self-assess my interest under section 234C, and that also I will have to pay, because I can very well see that there is a default in the advance tax installment. On your calculator, take 45% now. Take 45% of 2 lakhs. You will get 90,000. Out of that 90,000, first installment I have paid 20,000, no? Reduce that 20,000. So my second installment should have been 70,000. Yes or no? How much second installment I have paid? Please check. Only 40,000. So there is a default in the payment of second installment also. So I will have to check for all the installments that whether in any of the installments there is a default, and for the default in any installment of advance tax also I will be liable to pay 234C interest. Yes or no? Everyone. So now what I will be doing, sir? I will be calculating 234C interest. So it is very well clear from this illustration that in the assessment year, I came to know that my tax liability is 3,90,000. I have taken the credit of TDS. I have taken the credit of relief. I have taken the credit of AMT also, if applicable. Then I was supposed to pay 2 lakh rupees as advance tax. Out of that, I have paid the advance tax of 1,75,000, meaning 25,000 rupees tax still is net tax payable by me. So I will assess my 25,000 tax. Come on. That 25,000 tax I will have to pay. 3,90,000 minus 1,90,000 and minus 1,70,000 is what advance tax actually paid. So till here advance tax payable was 2 lakh, but out of that I have paid 1,75,000, meaning that there is still 25,000 remaining to be paid, and this I came to know in the assessment year. So in the assessment year I have self-assessed that my tax liability still remaining to be paid is 25,000. That I am going to pay. And I am going to assess 234B interest also, 234C interest also, because in the question, looking at the question, I came to know that there is 234B interest which is going to come and 234C interest which is going to come. That I have to calculate. I'll show you the calculation. 2 minutes. Okay. Now, for this year, can I say this is my financial year 24-25, meaning previous year 24-25. In the assessment year, I will have to file my return also. What will be the due date of filing my return? So in the question they are saying that the due date of filing my return was 31st July. See, if I would have filed my return on or before 31st July, definitely I would have paid the balance 25,000 tax on or before the due date only. Then there was no point of, any 234A interest, because 234A interest comes when there is a delay in payment of balance tax due to delay in filing the ROI. So if my ROI was filed on or before the due date, I would have definitely paid the entire tax on or before the due date only. There was no point of calculating 234A interest. Yes or no? And also there was no fees under section 234F for filing late return. But in this question, no, they are saying that although the return filing due date was 31st of July, I have filed my return on 11th of December 2025. There is a delay in filing the return. And see, balance amount of tax, meaning that 25,000, which was balance amount of tax, self-assessed tax, was paid on the date of filing his ROI. Meaning, on or before 31st July, I have not paid my entire taxes. My return filing is getting delayed, and as a delay in filing of my return, I am also paying my balance taxes late. Will I be liable to pay 234A interest also? Yes. And since there is a delay in filing the return, I will be paying fees under section 234F also. Everyone. So how to calculate all these interests? Okay. Now let's calculate all these amounts, because all these amounts taken together will be known as amount payable on self-assessment under section 140A. Getting my point, everyone? Now see, what is the first amount which you are going to pay on self-assessment? The balance amount of tax. And what was that? 25,000. Did you identify that there was some 234A interest also? There was some 234A interest also. Now let's calculate that. Okay. See, it is very logical. Don't worry about it. Very logical. And you are definitely going to get these answers. Now tell me, for this previous year, which I am showing in front of you, this is my previous year 24-25. In my assessment year 25-26, my return filing due date was 31st July 2025. Okay. So the government wanted me to file my return on or before 31st July and pay the balance tax. Tell me, what was the tax for this year? For this year the tax was 3,90,000. Yes or no? 3,90,000. Out of that 1,90,000 got deducted as TDS and 1,75,000 I have paid as advance tax. Okay, no? So what is the tax which is remaining to be paid? 25,000. So government said no problem, no problem. Self-assess this 24,000 in the assessment year and pay on or before the due date of filing your ROI and file your ROI. So the government wanted me to pay this 25,000 on or before 31st July only. If I would have paid this entire 25,000 on or before 31st July, then there was no case of 234A interest. But did I pay this 25,000 on or before 31st July? No. My question says that I have filed my return on 11th of December 2025 and on this date I have paid 25,000. So I have paid my tax 25,000 and I filed my return on 11th of December. Now don't you think that the government would have to wait for this 25,000? There was a default in payment of this 25,000 on or before the due date of filing my ROI. So this 25,000 which I did not pay on or before the due date of filing my ROI, this is the balance amount of tax which I did not pay on or before the due date of filing my ROI. For this 25,000 the government had to wait. Since when the government was waiting? Immediately after the due date gone, the government started waiting. The government was not having any problem if you would have paid it till 31st July. But once the 31st July is gone, the government started waiting from 1st August itself. Till what date the government kept on waiting? Till the date you did not actually pay, meaning 11th of December. So can I say this is the period for which the government waited for your 25,000? If you would have paid 25,000 well in advance on or before 31st July, then there was no problem to the government. But because of your delay in filing the return, the government had to wait for this 25,000 for this period. So for this entire period for which the government had to wait, you are going to give interest at the rate of 1% per month. At the rate of 1% per month. Or even the part of the month, you are supposed to pay interest at 1% only. Yes or no? So tell me how much delay is there? Starting from August, September, October, November. 4 months delay and 11 days in December also. So 5th month, full month, you have not taken the full month. But in December also for 11 days the government had to wait. No. So government says we will charge interest 1% per month of the delay, or even for the part of the month's delay we will charge 1%. That means that part of the month will also be considered as full month only. Yes or no? So now 4 months 11 days will be taken as 5 months only. And for these 5 months 1% per month you are supposed to pay interest. Getting my point? See, whenever we calculate interest, interest is a function of three things. Interest is on some amount, at some rate, and for some period. So amount we got, that on what amount the interest will be charged. This will be charged on the balance amount of tax remaining unpaid till the due date of filing your ROI. Yes or no? And that balance amount of tax is very easy to calculate. That is nothing but your net tax liability. Yes or no? Now what will be the rate of interest? It will be 1% per month. And what will be the period for which you will be charged this interest? 234A interest will be charged with effect from the date immediately after your due date of filing ROI. See, in this case, in this question, if the due date of filing your ROI was 31st October, then it would have been for 2 months only. It was the due date which was 31st October, then full November month and December month 11 days, then it would have been for 2 months only. But since the due date was 31st July, so we will start calculating from 1st August. Yes or no? So how many months? 4 months, 11 days will be taken as full 5 months only. Because even for the part of the month delay, they are going to charge 1% only. Getting my point? 11 days interest will not charge. We will charge for the full month only. Now can you calculate 25,000 into 1% into 5 months? You got 1250. Everyone. This was your interest under 234A. Very difficult, no? My work is to make the things easy. So have I made it easy? Okay. Now let's go to 234B. Now tell me the same case, Same case. Tell me this entire calculations you did in the assessment year. Yes or no? You did this entire calculation in the assessment year. Now in the assessment year, you came to know that okay, 3,90,000 was my tax liability. Out of that, 1,90,000 is deducted as what? TDS. So 2,00,000 rupees is the advance tax payable, which I should have paid during the assessment year only. Sorry, during the previous year only. But in the previous year, how much advance tax actually paid? During the previous year, advance tax actually paid was 1,75,000. Is there a discrepancy between the advance tax payable and the advance tax paid? Yes. I was supposed to pay 2,00,000, but how much I have paid? Only 1,75,000. Yes or no? I was supposed to pay 2,00,000, but how much I have actually paid? 175. That means how much less advance tax I have paid? 25,000. Common sense, no? If 2,00,000 was supposed to be paid by me as advance tax, but I have actually deposited how much? 1,75,000. See, while calculating this advance tax payable 2,00,000, you are supposed to take the credit of AMT also and section 89 relief also. Yes or no? If any. But in my example, there was no AMT credit or no section 89 relief. So I have not mentioned both the things over here. Okay. But if there is section 89 relief and if there is AMT credit, please reduce that amount also while calculating your advance tax payable. Okay. So now advance tax payable is 2,00,000. But how much I have actually paid? 175. Meaning that 25,000 rupees short payment of advance tax. This is the short payment of advance tax. On this, interest under section 234B would be charged. Why, you know? Why? Because 234B would be charged because 90% advance tax paid is 1,75,000, which is less than 90% of advance tax payable, which is 1,80,000. Buddy, if you have at least paid 180 also, no, then also we would not have charged 234B. But you have paid less than 180 also. So now we are going to charge interest under 234B. Now tell me, how much is the default? On how much amount the interest under 234B will be charged? The shortfall in the payment of advance tax. Sir, it was 180 minus 175. No, many students will commit mistake over here. They will take, sir, 180 was supposed to be payable, but I paid less 175, so the default is 5,000. No, default is not 5,000. Default is entire 25,000. You were not supposed to pay 1,80,000. You were supposed to pay 2 lakhs. But how much you paid? 175. So the default is 25,000 and default is not 5,000. Don't ever take this 5,000 for interest calculation under 234B. Getting my point? Advance tax payable minus the advance tax paid. On that 25,000, entire 25,000, the interest will come. So now to calculate the interest, I have the amount on which the interest will be charged. At what rate? See, here also the rate of interest is 1% only per month or part of the month delay. 1% I will charge. Now for the period. Now tell me, logically tell me, this 25,000 was the advance tax which I was supposed to pay during. This 25,000 was the advance tax only which I was supposed to pay during previous year itself. But did I pay this 25,000 in the previous year? So the government had to wait for this amount of advance tax from 1st April only. Can you see color, blue color? This pink color is for interest under section 234A. This blue color is for the interest under section 234B. Getting my point, everyone? Advance tax was supposed to be paid in the previous year. How much advance tax you did not pay? 25,000. This 25,000 was supposed to be paid during the previous year itself. Did you pay in the previous year? No. So the government had to wait from the first day of the assessment year itself, no? So first day of the assessment year means 1st April till the time you have not actually paid this amount as your self-assessment tax. Getting my point? So how many months delay? April to December, 8 months and 11 days. How many months? 8 months, 11 days. Now this will be taken as full 9 months. Even for the part of the month's delay, full month's interest will be charged. Yes or no? Now how much you are getting? 25,000 into 1% into 9. Are you getting 2250? See, this is the interest under 234B. 2250. Everyone, are you all understanding? See, 234A, we have calculated in the same manner, no? 234B, first we have checked the applicability. It is applicable? Yes. And then we have calculated in the same manner, no? Now for every default in the installments, we are going to calculate what? The interest. Okay. Now tell me, the first installment was supposed to be paid on 15th of June. On 15th of June, how much advance tax you were supposed to pay? Depends on the advance tax payable. Now you, in the assessment year, you came to know the advance tax payable was 2 lakh rupees. Advance tax payable was 2 lakh. So 15% of that you should have deposited on or before 15th of June, no? Yes or no? So can I say 2 lakh was the advance tax payable? 15% of that will be 30,000. How much you have actually paid? Please check. Please check the question. On or before 15th of June, how much you have actually paid? 20,000 only, no? So 20,000 you have paid. There is a default of rupees 10,000. 10,000 rupees less you have paid. And on every installment default also you are going to charge, you are going to be charged 1% interest. 1% interest under 234C also. Yes or no? So 234A, B, C, interest is 1% rate. For A, amount of self-assessment. For B, amount of shortfall in the payment of advance tax. For A, there was a delay starting from the date immediately after the due date of ROI. And for 234B, the delay will start from 1st April itself of the assessment year. Now here, how much delay will happen now? Come on, tell me. The first installment you have paid on 15th of June, and on 15th of June the government came to know that you have defaulted in a payment of 10,000. Now when are you going to come again to us? We don't have, now we will not give any importance. Even if you pay this 10,000 on 16th of June, immediately following date, even if you pay this 10,000 on 17th June, 18th June, 19th June, July, anytime whenever you will pay, we will not consider that. Now when is the next installment due? 15th of September, 3 months after this, no? So we will charge you the interest for 3 months on this default, because we will assume that you are going to pay this amount in the next installment now, which is going to come after 3 months. Getting my point? So there will be always the interest for 3 months for the default in the first installment. Yes or no? So tell me, 3 months. For the second installment default also it will be 3 months. For the third installment default also it will be 3 months. Because see, 15th June was your first installment. Now the next installment will come on 15th September after 3 months. Second installment was 15th September. Now the next installment will come after 3 months, 15th December. Then the next installment will come on 15th March, 3 months. Yes or no? So for the first 3 installments, if there is some default, every time there will be an interest of 3 months. Yes or no? And if any default is there in the last installment, March, hello, then how many days are remaining for the previous year to get over now? 15th March is the last day of the last installment. Yes or no? Due date of the last installment. Now till 31st March you have time to pay what? The balance advance tax. Hello. Only 15 days. That is equivalent to 1 month. So if there is any default in the last installment, then in the last installment default, interest will be charged only for 1 month. Getting my point? Now tell me, how much is the interest over here? 300. This interest will be charged for default in first installment. Yes or no? But wait. Since this was your first installment, there was more of an estimation and less of an actual. In the first installment which we calculated yesterday, you know, which we calculated, first installment is calculated, then there is more estimation and less actual. So maybe because of that this installment is less. Okay, no? So do one thing, no? If you are not able to pay 15%, then at least pay 12%, which is how much? 24,000. Yes or no? But you have paid less than 24,000 also. Hence there is a default. See, if you would have paid less than 30, we would not have charged interest. But the payment should have been 24,000 or more. But since you have not paid 24,000 also, you are paying less than 24,000, then we are charging for first installment. Then we are charging the interest for default in first installment. Yes or no? And how much will be the default, sir? 24,000 minus 20,000, 4,000. No, default is how much was payable? 30. How much you have actually paid? 20. So default is 10 and default is not 4,000. Getting my point? So this was the interest for the default in first installment. Now what will be the next installment? Come on, tell me. 15th of September you are going to come, no? On 15th of September, 2 lakh was your advance tax payable. 45% of this you were supposed to pay till 15th of September. Meaning how much you were supposed to pay? 90,000. Till 15th September you were supposed to pay 90. But out of that you have already paid first installment amounting to rupees 20,000. Yes or no? So how much is now payable? 70,000 should be the amount payable as your second installment. Yes or no? This is second installment payable. Now check how much installment you have paid. 70 or less than 70? Only 40 you have paid. So can I say the second installment paid is less than what it should be? So there is a default in the payment of second installment also, no, 30,000. Hello, on this default also there will be 1% for how many months? 3 months. So here the interest will be 900 rupees. Getting my point, everyone? Now see, since this is your second installment, in the second installment also there was more of an estimation and less of the actual amount, no? So maybe because of more estimation, this default would have been there. So if you are not paying 2 lakhs, hello, if you are not paying 70,000, 90,000, at least pay 36% of your advance tax by this time. If not 45%, then at least deposit 36% of your advance tax. 36% will be 72,000. Out of that, 20 is already paid. Hello, sir. So your installment should have been 52,000. This amount at least you should have paid, but you have paid less than 52 also. Getting my point? Hence we are charging this interest on default in payment of second installment also. Now 900 you are supposed to pay. But if you would have paid second installment amounting to 52,000 or more than that, even though it was less than 70, but at least you should have paid 52. We would not have charged this interest from you. Hello, sir. So in the first installment, there is some relaxation given. Relaxation saying that if you are not paying entire 15%, then at least pay 12%. If you pay 12% or more, less than 15%, but if you pay 12% or more, this interest will not be charged. And in the second installment also they are giving you some relaxation saying that on or before 15th of September, even if you are not depositing 45% by this date, at least deposit 36% by this date. 72,000 minus 20 which you have already deposited, meaning now deposit 52 so that 52 plus 20 becomes 72. At least make this. But how much you are making? You are making the payment of 40 plus 20. 40 plus 20 will be only 60. It will be less than 72 also. Yes or no? Hence we are charging this interest also. Getting my point? Now see, these relaxations are given in only first 2 installments. Now there will be no relaxation, because now the actual will be more and the estimation will be less. Yes or no? So now tell me, next installment you are going to pay on 15th of December. Now till 15th of December, advance tax payable 100%, 75% of that you should have deposited by now 1,50,000. Out of that you have already paid first installment, you have already paid second installment. First installment you have paid 20,000. Second installment you have paid 40,000. So now at least deposit how much? At least deposit 70,000, no? No, not 70, 90. At least deposit 90,000. This should be your third installment payable. If you would have paid 90,000 on or before 15th December, that means the total would have been 1,50,000. 90 plus 40 plus 20 would have been 150. So pay at least 90, no now. See how much you are paying. You are paying only 70. Meaning you are not paying the 90 also, less than that. So here also third installment paid is 70. Here also there is a default of 20,000. On that 1% will be charged for 3 months, because this is the third installment. Now the next installment date is going to come on 15th of March. Yes or no? After 3 months. So give us the interest for 3 months. So this will be 600. Can I say this interest you will have to pay? There is no relaxation given over here. Hello, sir. Understanding or not? Now pay attention. Now the last installment is on 15th of March. 2 lakh rupees should reach entirely to the government on or before 15th of March. Out of that, how much you have paid in first installment, how much you have paid in second installment, how much you have paid in third installment, reduce all of them. Okay, 20 you have paid as first installment, then 40 you have paid in second installment, 70 you have paid in the third installment last. Then how much should be your fourth installment payable? Come on, do the total. It should be 70 only, no? 70,000. So on or before 15th of March, you are supposed to pay 70,000. Only then 70 plus 70 plus 40 plus 20 will become 2 lakhs. Yes or no? So because if out of 2 lakh you have paid this much amount as advance tax in the last 3 installments, so now pay 70. If you will pay 70 till 15th March, 2 lakh will reach the government. But how much you have paid? Please check. 40 only. But wait. You are very lucky that I have written 15th of March. In the examination, no, they play a trick with you. First 3 installments they will give proper dates. And the last installment they will give 16th March. How much you have paid? 40. But did you pay that 40 on or before 15th of March? Or you paid it after 15th March? 16th. So on or before 15th March, how much you have paid? 0. So there will be a default of full 70,000. You have paid 0. But you are lucky that in this question I have not done it. How much you have paid on 15th of March? 40,000, no? So 40,000 is paid. Whereas you had to pay how much? 70. So it will be 30,000 default. And on this 30,000 default, 1%. And now if you will write 3 months, you are gone. Last installment default, there is interest only for 1 month. Yes or no? So how much will be this interest? This will be 300, and this also you will have to pay. So have you calculated the interest on every default of installment? Yes or no? On your calculator, take 300, add 900, then add 600, and then add 300. You must get 2100. Are you getting 2100? This is your total interest under 234C. Did you learn that how to calculate all these 3 interests? So if in the examination question they are asking you to calculate 234 ABC interest, will you be able to calculate it? Sure, no? Now see, total interest ABC also you have assessed. That is rupees 5,600. Your tax liability also you have assessed. And now you will have to self-assess the fees also, 234F, because there was a delay in filing your ROI. 234F fees. And that cannot be 1,000, that will be 5,000. Why? Sir, your total income would be definitely higher than 5 lakhs. How did you come to know? Because bloody the tax itself is 3,90,000. If the tax is 390, just imagine your total income would be more than 5 lakhs or it will be less than equal to 5 lakhs. It will be definitely more than 5 lakhs. So 234F fees cannot be 1,000, it will be 5,000 in this case. Yes or no? So now on self-assessment, before filing your return on 11th of December, when you will go and file your return, the government will ask that what is the balance tax? You will say this much. What is the 234 ABC interest? This. And what is the fees? This much. Pay all the amount on your self-assessment and only then your return will be accepted. Getting my point, what I am trying to tell you? So this is the amount payable on self-assessment. Getting my point? 35,600. If you would have paid everything properly to the government, no, these interest, these fees would not have been charged only. Assessee would have to pay only 25,000, and that also if you would have determined the advance tax liability properly for the assessee and would have told the assessee to deposit the extra tax on or before 31st March, even this was not supposed to be paid by your assessee, because the entire tax would have been paid during the previous year itself. So as a chartered accountant, you should be very vigilant, for your clients. Just imagine these amounts are in thousands only right now. These amounts will be in lakhs. Just imagine if 10 we increase everywhere. 10 if we increase everywhere. 3,56,000. One more zero if we increase everywhere. Okay, no? This will be 35,60,000. In case of big companies, you will commit such errors. Just imagine how much amount they would have to pay on your behalf. Here there will be no increment in zero. Okay, here there will be no increment in zero. That will remain 5,000 only. Yes, that will remain 5,000 only. But everywhere else there will be an increment in zero. Yes or no? So this amount will be a very huge amount in that case. And your mistake will be borne by that poor client of whom you are a chartered accountant. Okay, sir. So this was the only question which I wanted to discuss with you. Okay, everything I have done here, and now there is nothing which you are supposed to do in the advance tax. Advance tax is done. Okay, now let's start with the new chapter, TDS.